ChristianForKaijuPop.com, where today we're playing Paparazzi on the PS4. This is also on PSC, no, not PSC, PC, and Wii U. Now, a little bit of full disclosure here, the first option on the screen here is for multiplayer, but there's no online play here, and the only person that could play with me in the house right now is my lady wife, who doesn't really want to be broadcast on the internet. So I'm going to be checking out the single player mode of Paparazzi right here, which, well, mechanically is pretty much the same, but sort of sans a lot of the hilarity and spirit that may ensue, but there's not much in the way of hilarity and spirit. For reasons we'll get into, not much in the way of options here. So this is an asynchronous experience on multiplayer. Or, well, I mean, if you're playing in single player, I suppose it is... Oh no, it's, well, not asynchronous, asymmetric experience, but I suppose if you're playing in single player, it's very, very much symmetric. There's only one side to it. One side. I'm going to play on very easy, because anything above very easy is impossible in single player mode. And we're going to choose a map to play on. It's going to be this one. And then we choose a celebrity from a field of 8. So we've got an actor of some kind, I imagine. Football player, lady football player, a pelican. We've got a lady of, I don't know, just a lady, just a taxi driver, professional taxi driver. Let's go with that. A robot musician man, a hip hop bling sporting chap, and a bear on a trike, which is self-explanatory. But the thing is, here's one disappointing aspect about this game: they all handle pretty much exactly the same. And the idea is that I am playing as the celebrity. If you're playing in single player, you have to play as the celebrity all the time. That sucks. I've already lost track of where I am. I don't know where I'm behind this building. Right, okay. You see at the top of the bar there is, at the top of the screen, there is a bar that is dignity versus money. And basically, we're going to, the screen is constantly scrolling to the right. The far end of the screen is a limo in which I will make my escape. And if the dignity outstrips the money of the paparazzi, then I win. If the money side of things is greater, then the paparazzi wins. If we were playing in two-player, it's only a two-player game, then the paparazzi would be controlling that viewfinder by tilting their 6-axis controller, or their Vita, since you can play with remote play and that kind of thing, and targeting me and tracking me down and taking pictures. Every picture he takes of me, he gains money. Every picture he takes of something else by mistake, then he loses money. And oh dear, the paparazzi won. Never mind. There is no... well, first of all, if you're solely on your own, here's like just an outright thing: do not buy this game unless you have somebody else to play with you at all. Full stop. Just don't, because there is... That's it. You've just seen all there is to the game in single player. And really in multiplayer as well, because the only things that really, you know, make things different about the game are power-ups. I mean, you saw there was one bit where I split into several people, and you saw there was another bit where I sort of dashed across the screen very briefly. If I slip on the banana skins, I'll go slowly. I can try and probably champagne corks, but each map, this is a real disappointment in this game. Each map is pretty much the same. They've got their own elements, but you see they're really kind of empty. This nightclub, not much going on in it, you know. I mean, for a game that's about tabloid sort of culture, and here come the paparazzi trying to take my pictures. You know, there is something clever about sneaking in between crowds and stuff so that the cameraman gets lost, but you know, for a game that is all about that, all about, you know, celebrity culture and that kind of thing, why, I don't understand why it doesn't take advantage of that. You know, I don't understand why people in the nightclub aren't doing ridiculous amounts of drugs, or, you know, at least taking ridiculous selfies or things like that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that because that's the same thing they've done before. Let's go back. It's really disappointing with its humor that there isn't much going on in the backgrounds of these things. The first time I heard Paparazzi, my mind instantly jumped, and this proves how kind of my mind for Obscura is. My mind instantly jumped to Paparazzi Pete, which was a PS2 game that was actually bizarrely sponsored by Kodak. And it was a sequel to a Japanese PC Engine game, whose name I've forgotten. But that was a similar idea where you were just controlling the news hound, the paparazzi guy, and it would be auto-scrolling. It was single player, but like you just walk along a map, kind of like this beach, but strange shit would be happening all the time, and you had to take pictures of strange shit. And it would be crazy off-the-wall stuff. You know, it would be like aliens coming, it would be like a flash of somebody running naked across the beach and things like that. Whereas in this game, that whale that just washed up, that's the extent of the crazy shit that happens in Paparazzi. It seems there's so much potential for hilarity and really, really funny stuff to come along. And nothing's done with this game. Like, it's such a half-baked idea. It's really, really disappointing. You know, never mind the fact that all of these characters handle exactly the same. I don't understand. If I'm the blinging, you know, if I'm the rapper with massive gold chains, why can't I reflect my gold chains off the sun to blind the photographer? Or, you know, why can't I do more ridiculous stuff that takes advantage of the personalities of these celebrities? Because, again, this is a game about celebrity culture and snooping and that kind of thing, you know, and surely the whole fun is that they should be ridiculous, you know? I could sort of imagine this being fleshed out to an extent where, as the celebrity, you could, you know, you could stage some sort of court induction, you know, injunction that would prevent the paparazzi doing their jobs or something like that. Or at least let me interact with this thing on the stage, you know? But it's just a background element that's just not used, you know? So much of this is just wasted, unused potential. You know, I mean, granted, this in single player is not fun because, you know, it's just me against the computer, and it's just a single thing. But you could even stretch this out a little bit. You know, you could give the celebrities new abilities. You could have the photographer, I don't know, upgrade their camera or something. You could do something with this, but nothing's done with it. It's just such a waste, you know. And I think it's such that even if you do play, you know, with two people, you just see everything that there is to see instantly, because every map is the same, every character is the same. There's not this massive load of gags that the game is throwing at you, which is ridiculous, because the potential for humor in this game is huge. They're just, you know, I just in the last minute alone told you a bunch of jokes that they could have squeezed into this game, and yet they haven't. They just haven't bothered. It's just that there's been a proof of concept from a game jam that they've just gone, oh, right, yeah, okay, well, we'll chuck a couple of new assets in it and then call it a day. Where it's just such a good idea that if they spent more than 24 hours developing it, it could be really good. But they didn't, and it's not. And and that's, you know, that's a real shame. I do feel bad for this from a video perspective, because it is just me talking to you today. But I mean, I think it is just, even if you were playing with somebody else, you know, it is just this. You know, there's nothing that you can do to grief one another. And in actual fact, it's really ill-balanced as well, because when you are playing in multiplayer, it behooves the celebrity to try and misdirect the cameraman as much as possible, and that's why there are the power-ups that split you into a bunch of different people, you know, the little potion that sends you flying across the screen. But the thing is, when you do that, you're looking at the same screen. Everybody's looking at the same screen. So if you're misdirecting the cameraman by misleading them and then suddenly heading somewhere different, and, you know, making sure that the cameraman can't see you on screen, all of a sudden you can't see yourself on screen either. And it's just full of moments like that. When I was playing, you know, in multiplayer yesterday, it was just full of us going, wait, which one am I? Where did I go again? Oh no, I can't see myself. And in that case, you know, in multiplayer, most of these fairly handy. At least this has a breakdancing giraffe, and I think they tried. I think this is the stage they've tried the most with. You know, it's like vertically scrolling, and occasionally things, well, one thing has happened in this stage. Yeah, I mean, like, it does make, even though I've won most of these attempts fairly handily, I think I'm going to lose this one. Unless I can just lead him on a merry chase and make sure he takes lots of pictures and loses cash. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, because so much of it is about misdirection, then you just wind up losing yourself as the celebrity most of the time, and that makes it a lot harder as a celebrity and a lot easier as the paparazzi. But yeah, there you go. Certainly from a single player perspective, I've just shown you the entire game. That's all there is. Those stages and those characters. I played as every character now, right? Haven't I? Or have I? I didn't play as the Mia Yim type football player, so let's go with her. And but as I think you can guess, it's gonna be the same. She might be kicking a ball. She is kicking a ball. That's it. But yeah, I mean, certainly from a single player perspective, you've now seen absolutely everything there is in the game. There's a few hidden trophies for achieving certain win conditions. You see what I mean? This power-up just makes you fly all over the place, like really, really fast, and then you go, where am I again? Oh, this isn't fun at all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, hooray, I'm invisible for a few seconds, including to myself, you know. Certainly, you know, 100% of single player don't get it, but I think the developer will tell you the same. But even as a multiplayer experience, it's ill-balanced, and there's not enough to it. It's not fleshed out whatsoever, and it's one thing if this is a free web game, but it is, you know, however much it is being charged, I think $7.99 actually on PSN, which is pricey. On PC and Wii U, I believe it's $5, which is less, but still it's about $4 too expensive. It's just, there's just not enough to it, and I can't recommend it at all. And yeah, bit of a sad thing here. So yeah, that's Paparazzi on PS4. Sorry, not that good. Just shout for CodyPop.com. Goodbye.